Shares of Tesla, though, are on a rebound today, up about 4% and the biggest gainer in the NASDAQ 100. But this is the stock's ninth straight negative week. And of course, it's largely due to the headlines around Musk. In the past 24 hours alone, he urged employees at an all-hands meeting to hang on to the stock despite its plunged, received backlash over reports he was scheduled to join a briefing on China war plans, which the president denied. And his foray into politics not sitting well with Tesla owners as new data reveals they are trading in their EVs at record levels. For more here on the brand and its future, we have Tim Higgins, a columnist at the Wall Street Journal and author of Power Play, Tesla, Musk, and the Bet of the Century. He's also a CNBC contributor. And as for the stock side, we're joined by Nancy Tengler, the CEO and CIO of Laffer Tengler Investments. And are you a current shareholder, Nancy? Welcome.
Yes, thanks, Kelly. We are. We added to it last week.
You added to it last week. OK, so let me have Tim kind of paint the picture a little bit here. Are the problems becoming existential? And I guess the question would be more for Tesla, the company, than Musk himself.
Yeah, that's, the value of the company is still dramatically higher than any other automaker out there. There's still a lot of people out there who believe in this vision that Musk has created, the vision of the future for the car, the vision of the future of the company being in robotics. That's still a huge gamble. But it seems like the brand is having perhaps its Bud Light moment among Democrats being turned off by some of his antics. And that's kind of the question is, can he make the bridge to the future while in the interim really turning some customers off to the idea of buying the sheet metal of today?
Musk, Tim, was kind of the hero. I mean, to the left in many ways. I mean, he created the first U.S. car company that was all electric. People bought his cars en masse. We always referred to Teslas when talking about climate change. We need more and more and more. Suddenly now he's the bad guy. I'm not judging him one way or the other. But you referenced Bud Light. That moment did end, Tim, right? Do you think that Musk and, more importantly, Tesla can come back from this? Does it need to come back from this?
You hit this interesting kind of point at the beginning that the brand was so important to a certain group in society. And it's interesting because really what Musk and Tesla succeeded at in those early days was creating a car, creating a brand that was more than just electric, right? The idea of the Model S sedan, the really first mainstream vehicle they tried to do, was about being the best car that just happened to be electric. And they carried that through in with the Model 3 and the Model Y, now the world's best-selling car, trying to appeal to people who wanted something sexy, wanted something technologically advanced. That it was electric, yes, was important for some people, but for a lot of buyers was just there. And that is kind of the gamble that Musk makes kind of in the future, that the product, that the engineering will attract people to his car company.
Nancy, at the very moment that, you've got, I guess, employees or former shareholders who are frustrated at how the past couple of years have played out and they're, selling the stock, you're going in on it. Why?
Well, Kelly, if you look back historically, the stock since the IPO is up like 15.2,000%. But over that, and that's about 41% annually. But over that same time period, it's been in a bear market 50% of the time. So this is a CEO and an individual. Read his biography if you haven't followed closely, who courts chaos. And then he just seems to course correct at just the right time. And so there have been plenty of times when the company's been in much more difficult straits than it is right now. And I think what we're focused on is the mega pack electric utility grade battery storage. So this allows green energy to continue to thrive. It's growing at about 50% annually and is expected very shortly to be worth as much as the car business. And then you've got full self-driving. And as Tim points out, the Model Y is the best-selling car in the world. So I think once we're sort of through this nonsense, I mean, what Musk did, even though the meeting was light on detail, as was the Cybercap event I attended, We Robot, he showed up. And leadership is about showing up. And I think if investors see him showing up a little bit more frequently, the rest of this will become noise, as it often does.